Hey guys, how the hell are you? It is yet another new release Friday. Today is March 5th, and it is also a new Bandcamp Friday. So just a reminder, if you really want to show your love to your favorite independent musicians out there, find their Bandcamp page, buy a piece of merch, buy one of their digital releases, show some love because today Bandcamp is waiving their fees so that the artists themselves actually get more of the money that you are paying for those products. So just throwing that out there, show your love to those awesome independent musicians that enrich our lives this much. Today is new release day, and as is always the case, I am perusing out there for all the great new metal releases and maybe even some non-metal releases that might trip my trigger. You can find those in the Spotify playlist that is linked in the description right here. This is what this week's looked like. What I always go through is the lists that are on Metal Injection and Metal Sucks, and also the long, lengthy list that's on Metal Archives, looking for literally anything that might be of some sort of interest to me. I'll be updating it kind of throughout the course of the day, but it already is updated a little bit for you guys so you can check out the new releases that came out that I've already added. And yeah, I'm always looking for that new album that's just going to blow my mind, possibly be an album of the year contender, possibly even be an all-time album contender for me, because I'm always looking for new music. I have an insatiable curiosity for new metal music, and I always want to find that awesome stuff that no one is talking about. Now, that being said, this week is definitely an album of the week that comes from an artist who's very tried and true. They've put out a lot of incredible albums over the years. There was some great stuff that came out this week. My buddy Joss Allen put out his new solo record. If you look for it, look for Mutilus. It's listed under that on all the streaming services. That record was really goddamn good. Same thing with Annika van Giersbergen. She came out with a new record, which was pretty awesome. Also, an awesome Australian thrash metal band called Hidden Intent came out with a new record that if you're fans of stuff like Tankard, you will probably really find a lot to love with Hidden Intent. Great thrash metal stuff. Inheria came out with a new record now, and awesome. I've been a fan for 20 years. I finally have learned I've been pronouncing the name wrong the whole time. So, yeah, it's Einherjar. They came out with a new record, North Star. It's really good as well. Architects also came out with a new record this week, which, you know, there's definitely some strong opinions about this record. I'm not going to belabor you guys with those strong opinions. But needless to say, there is one defining album of the week to me that was a bit above all of the other ones, and we've got to talk about Escape of the Phoenix by Evergrey. A lot of you guys could probably guess that this would have been my album of the week, and it definitely was the one that I was looking most forward to this week, but at the same time, you know, it really was just something that I found myself listening to a lot more than a lot of this other stuff that came out. Some incredible songwriting on here. Speaking of the songs, I will say, just throwing it out there, just for the sake of honesty, first 2 or 3 songs on the record didn't quite grab me as much as most Evergrey material usually does. There was just something there that didn't quite hold on to my attention as much in those first 3 songs, including that single that was just put out earlier this month, Where August Mourns. It's a good song, it's a solid song, there's other songs on the record that hold me, that grab me, that pull me in a lot more. Like, we have to talk about that power ballad, In the Absence of Sun. Man, what a great tune. Fantastic mix all around. You can hear Tom's vocals very clearly, and the lyrical content of this song is just hitting so hard. I'm normally not one that really pays all that much attention to the lyrics these days. I'm more curious about how the voice is interacting with the other instruments, how it's sitting in the mix, the melody it's carrying. I'm usually a lot less concerned with the lyrics, but this was an extremely well-written song that was very, very easy to follow as you're listening to it. And yeah, it really engaging set of lyrics on this one. Beholder, the song that a lot of people are talking about because it features a guest appearance by James LaBrie of Dream Theater. Another great tune on here, some really cool vocal interplay between them. Honestly, for pretty much that point forward to the end of the record, it just gets catchier. It has more hooks that kind of bury deep into you. The riff writing is just awesome. This record is definitely a nice down-tuned bit of heaviness throughout much of the listening experience. I am going to put out a bold statement here. The title track, Escape of the Phoenix, heaviest song this band has ever done. Flat the fuck out. I love Evergrey. This is a band I've followed relatively closely. I've kind of always been into. This is the single heaviest song they've ever done. It is just fucking blistering and unrelenting. And honestly, the whole album kind of centers around it really, really nicely. So, yeah, with that bold statement, I send you guys forth. You need to check out Escape of the Phoenix because some great material on here. The title track, the two ballads on here, In the Absence of Sun, You From You. I really like the first single, Eternal Nocturnal. That one is nice and catchy and really, really solidly heavy too. Some great riff writing. Also, the closing track, Run, is really, really nice too. And the song that precedes it, Leaden Saints. It's just pretty much like the last maybe 3/4 of this record is just some of the best material that Evergrey has ever written. It does have a little bit of a slow start, but if you can get in past those first couple, 2-3 songs, you start to really get into some of the meat of what makes Evergrey such an incredible band. So guys, thank you so much for checking this out. I appreciate all your love and support, and I appreciate the fact that you guys keep tuning in right now. I know the content's been a little slow. I'm kind of getting adjusted to a few things going on in my life right now, and I promise more content is coming. So thank you guys for sticking with me while I'm doing this. Please remember, like this video, subscribe to this channel. There is going to be more content coming. And remember, please, take what you do seriously. Do not take yourselves too seriously.